Today our nation celebrates the holiday of Columbus Day. And it kind of reminded me of when I was reading Columbus's diary. He wrote a diary. I was reading about the time he first encountered land, this really long, weary journey across the ocean. And they encountered land, and they first saw a fire burning on land. And what did he do? He woke all the troops, and they sang the Salve Regina, that first sight of land. Now, I actually didn't read the diary of Columbus, but Father Drew Duncan did. He reads really obscure stuff like that, and he told that story. So I'm going to keep that one in the memory bank to share with y'all. It's a cool story, but who reads the diary of Christopher Columbus? Father Drew Duncan. But it is a cool story. From the get-go, our nation has been a Christian nation, had Christian roots. And that's the foundation we're built upon. And I reflect upon that, maybe in light of Columbus Day, but also mainly in light of our first reading when St. Paul speaks so much about freedom. He says, "For freedom Christ set us free. So stand firm. Do not submit again to the yoke of freedom." I feel like all the forces of evil, they all come bearing down on the notion of freedom. They want to take away our freedom. Whether as sons of God or even in the United States, it always seems to go back to freedom, to trying to make us slaves. The United States is built on freedom, so is Christianity. Freedom in Jesus Christ. Freedom isn't, they all have to make a distinction from freedom for or freedom from. It's a slight distinction, but it's very curious. We are not freedom from all regulations and rules and everything. We got to just go have our thing. No, that's called license. All right, that's not authentic freedom. That in itself is a form of slavery, whether it's slavery to our passions or slavery to whatever other forces are out there. No, we're freedom for. Freedom for what? Freedom for the good. We are free to choose the good. That's authentic freedom. And that's why we do need guidelines and whatnot. And that's what the United States has always tried to kind of put in place to help us to choose the good. To freely choose the good, to not make evil so in your face that we want to choose it because we have a tendency to choose that. So I thank God for the United States and the freedoms that we enjoy. We also need to work towards protecting them, to harnessing them, to refining them. The United States is not the kingdom of God on earth. The church is. The church is where authentic freedom is. But in so much as the United States and other countries try to bring those Christian truths and freedom into the public sphere and help us to grow in that virtue, I'm all on board. So we as citizens need to do our part to help protect those freedoms. Truthfully, there are a lot of forces trying to bring down the freedoms in our nation. And I, like St. Paul, plan to stand firm against those forces. We should, so that our environment in this nation helps foster the authentic freedom of the children of God that St. Paul is talking about, so that we may have the ability to freely choose the good and be set free as the sons and daughters of God. That's what it's about. So may we protect and stand up for the freedoms that we enjoy in this nation. May they always be upheld. May we always be able to practice them to bring about the glory of God through our lives. But may we also, as Christopher Columbus, entrust our nation to our Blessed Mother. May she truly bring those freedoms out in us as sons and daughters of God, but also as a nation, the United States of America.